Good to see you, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of The Cultural Flavors.
Ramadan edition.
I'm your host, Dr. Mohammad Al-Qattan.
And I'm your co-host, Eman Marafie.
So, Eman, how is Ramadan going with you so far?
It's going smoothly.
So, what is your advice to our dear viewers today?
Well, today my advice is pay attention to your worship, practice more like worshiping God, and read the Holy Quran. Try to at least finish it before, so you can do like 2 sessions or like 2 times you can finish the Holy Quran.
This is really good advice, dear Iman, because it's a very good opportunity, the holy month of Ramadan, that we could spend some time for doing prayer because we are really busy around the year.
Yes.
And this is going to be a good time for you, dear viewers, and we really advise you to do that. So, Iman, which country will we be talking about today?
Well, today we were going to host a very distinguished country.
As usual.
Yeah.
All right.
So today is the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan.
Nice. So
Yes.
we're talking about Jordan.
Yes.
I have been there several times.
Have you enjoyed it?
It's a beautiful country, especially for family. If you would like to spend a good time with your family,
Yeah.
Jordan's going to be one of the best destinations that you could.
And it has also the Dead Sea,
The Dead Sea.
which you can go and enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Petra as well is a very nice destination that people enjoy. It's just such a unique experience, Iman.
I like that.
So what about you go to the report?
Yes.
So dear viewers, let's go watch this report and we will be back. So please.
Stay tuned.
Jordan, officially known as the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, the capital and largest city is Amman. Jordan is known for its historical significance, including Petra, an ancient city carved into sandstone cliffs, and the Dead Sea, renowned for its high salt content and therapeutic properties. The country's diverse landscapes range from deserts to fertile valleys, attracting tourists and historians alike. Jordan has a unique Ramadan spirit, consisting of mainly spiritual traditions such as Taraweeh prayers in mosques, hosting large iftars for family members, and visiting extended family throughout the month. In Jordan, like most Muslim countries, the practices of charity are important, varying between sadaqat, which is donating money to those in need, and distribution of Ramadan grocery essentials, or Munat Ramadan, to the needy, which includes meats, rice, flour, eggs, and more. Restaurants and cafes offering special menu items such as atayif, Ali, Osmaliye, and other Arabic desserts, as well as Turkish and Arabic coffee, are only few of the ways people in Jordan express their talent in food during Ramadan. During the holy month, the days are quieter than usual, while the nights in Ramadan are lively, and most people would be out in cafes and restaurants, markets, mosques, and exchanging visits after iftar.
And we're back, dear viewers, after this wonderful report. Today we have a very special guest, which is from the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. We would like to welcome Mrs. Nisreen Rubayyan.
Thank you so much.
We're very honored to have you here.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
We're so glad having you today talking about Jordan, especially in the holy month of Ramadan.
Yes.
Pleasure.
Before we start our questions, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Nisreen Rubayyan. I've been here in Kuwait for 2.5 years. It's my 11th duty station, as I work with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. So I am here under what they call it the United Nations hat, representing the office here in Kuwait. But I am originally from Jordan. I come from a mixed background. So my father is Jordanian, but my mother is Iraqi.
Okay.
That's nice.
Kuwait is duty station number 11. So I've been in the past 20 years moving around 11 countries, and I've been lucky and blessed to be here in Kuwait and to actually, this is my third Ramadan here in
Mashallah.
Kuwait.
MashaAllah.
Yes.
And I hope you feel comfortable here in Kuwait.
Exactly.
Yes, it
We're
is,
so glad
it
to
is.
have you. You have such an experience that we are really excited to know more about it during this episode. So, Mrs. Nasreen, we would like to know more about the holy month of Ramadan in Jordan. We would like to know what are some preparation people do before the holy month of Ramadan.
Well, before Ramadan starts, like a week before, people start saying before Ramadan and after Ramadan. So we start set all our schedules before Ramadan or after Ramadan.
Correct.
And the moment they announce that the month of Ramadan will be starting, first thing I do remember from the childhood up till now is that suddenly the streets of Amman is full.
Okay.
The traffic is full and people just immediately
Shopping.
start go shopping for
Yeah.
Ramadan. Although they could have done it earlier, but suddenly everything
Last
is
moment.
kind of done at the last moment. People know it's gonna be either tomorrow or after tomorrow. So I think this is everywhere where we think is tomorrow is gonna start Ramadan or after tomorrow.
Correct.
And immediately the first thing, of course, there are certain things that is you only find them in Ramadan. So, for example, the Amaruddin, the Tamar Hindi, the Atayef. Suddenly, everybody goes to start buying the Atayef. And in my opinion, Ramadan is all about also the family setup. So suddenly you have all these. If tomorrow's Ramadan, then naturally tomorrow you will have to go and be with your close family
Yeah.
in the first day of
Gathering.
Ramadan. Gathering.
At the futur time.
At the futur time, yes. Jordan is mostly, our gatherings is mostly on the futur time, unlike some other countries. Like I do remember when I was in Egypt, the main invitation is mostly the sahur invitation.
Exactly.
But in Jordan, up till, maybe things of course change with the time, but up till now, mostly it's the futur where people actually gather, and day one is only family actually. Yes.
And
So since like the past until now, the new generations, are they still doing the same things that you used to do in the preparations for the holy month of Ramadan?
Yes, I mean, I think that everybody in Ramadan set their minds to welcome Ramadan.
Yeah.
So it comes from our family. So whatever I saw my family was doing for Ramadan, I'm adopting it. My friends adopted. Those of my friends who have children, they also adopt with Ramadan. I think the new generation is most likely into the same habits, but I do fear it's in certain younger generation, it is somehow not in the same intense, in the same excitement that we used to feel
Exactly.
earlier in our days, because Ramadan was a different, it's like
Special.
on its own special time.
Yes.
Out of the planet, like it's all 1 month special
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, you're right.
So, Mrs. Nasreen, I've been to Jordan many times. The food over there is really delicious. However, I would like to know, do you have a specific dish that you serve during the holy month of Ramadan?
In Ramadan in Jordan, the most essential thing on the table is the soup.
Okay.
And it's normally shorbt al-adas, which is the lentil soup.
Yeah.
That's a must. And also the fattoush. You may not see the fattoush in the daily dishes on our day-to-day, but in Ramadan, fattoush becomes also an essential salad in
That's interesting.
Jordan,
Yeah.
together with the lentil soup. And then there is the normal, we do have our traditional dish mansaf.
Yes.
Although I don't think it's highly recommended to have it in Ramadan because it's too heavy. But it is a must dish at certain point. It's not a daily dish.
At least
But
when
it's
there are people gathering together or something.
Yes, they do Ramadan. In addition to the normal other little snacks,
Appetizers.
appetizers in Ramadan. And the traditional dishes that we eat every day. So like the mlukhia, the fasulya, all the, if it's winter time, a little bit more of fatta. So this is like the normal Levant dishes that we have it during our, in the traditional sufra of, or table of, dining table of a Jordanian family.
That's nice, yeah. What about the drinks?
Drinks is Amar al-Din.
Okay.
It's this apricot
Yeah.
peach drink. That's a must.
Okay.
Also, tamar hindi.
Okay.
It is also jalab. You know the jalab because it really makes you thirst goes away. So these are the traditional drinks. You see them normally in each and the shinina yogurt, the thick yogurt.
Oh, this is something new.
Yeah, this is something new to me.
The shinina. Also, you see it in the. It is so good to have it with date. Of course, we start.
Is it like a laban or?
Laban Iran.
Ah,
They call it
okay.
Laban al-Iran.
The sour
It's
one?
Shina, the sour yogurt.
Yeah,
Shina.
okay.
Sorry, I know it's in English, but sometimes there are some things that has to be.
Yeah, you're right.
And so we do see the Amar al-Din, Tamar Hindi, Jalab, and in you see it on the side of the table for anyone as per your liking, and then in each of the person you have the yogurt, the shinina, the thick yogurt, the sour yogurt, of course, and a date.
The dates, yeah.
So this is how we start up. So these are the traditional drinks.
Yeah.
And of course, the essential thing after the food is the
Sweets.
sweets.
Yeah.
And
Most loved.
suddenly qataif is the dish of the day. So every day you cannot finish your
The best
iftar.
part, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Qataif, it's
I'd rather not eat my iftar
Yes,
and wait for the dessert time.
And some people say it's of course either with nuts or with cheese, melted cheese. And some people say you like it grilled or fried, but we all know ataif is only,
Yes.
with all respect to all the health standards, but it is much tastier fried
course.
as a fried ataif.
Yeah, and
You
with the
could, you
syrup.
could eat, but in moderation, probably.
Exactly, in moderation, especially that the iftar is later in the day.
Exactly. So, Mrs. Nasreen, in every episode, my colleague Eman, she preparing a specific dish for us.
Okay.
So let's see what she's gonna have for us today.
Well,
So,
actually, today is sweet, as we were talking about sweets,
Okay.
which is very healthy today. Hopefully, it's very healthy, but it has ice cream.
So it's mixed.
Close your eyes about that. So we will have a fruit salad today.
Nice.
So whatever you have, like whatever you want or you like, you can have. We have here green grapes, red apples, green apples, bananas, tangerine, apricots, strawberries. You could add blueberries, blackberries, whatever. And we have here the most essential thing for the salad is the frozen mango puree
Okay.
and a little bit of vanilla ice cream.
Nice. This is actually children loves to have these kind, and this is gonna be a good way to encourage our children to eat
eat
some
fruit.
To eat the
Yes,
fruit.
yes. Definitely, it looks very delicious and it's very refreshing
Yeah.
after the ataif.
Exactly.
We still have to take the
Should be.
And the good thing is that both of us gonna try it, and we're gonna
Yes,
see if
hope you
delicious
enjoy
or
it.
not.
I'm sure it will be. I'm sure Eman will do a great job with
Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
So, dear viewers, we'll have a break and we'll be back. So please stay tuned. And we're back, dear viewers, with our esteemed guest today, Mrs. Nasreen Rabi'an, talking about the holy month of Ramadan in Jordan. So we're still having a good conversation with you, Nasreen. So let's see, Iman, how is she doing with her dish before we go deep into our conversation?
Well, I already cut the apples, the green apples, the red apples. Still a few left to be cut.
It's a lot of cutting today.
Yes.
All right.
I like cutting
All right,
actually.
that's good.
And we have the bananas, then I will add the mango. So I have something to tell people, if they're cutting the apples and then they will serve it like after 2 hours or so, they can add lemon juice on it, or they can put the mango puree on top of it, so it will be incorporated, and then there will be no need to be adding the lemon.
Perfect.
And that's it.
That's awesome.
I will continue.
So, Mrs. Nasreen, I would like to know about the religious part in Jordan during the holy month of Ramadan. I'm assuming that people really getting really religious and try to really pray and read Quran more. What do you think about that?
Yes, indeed. Ramadan, the religious part of Ramadan, it just grows. Those who are already religious, it grows more.
Exactly.
Those, let's say, you do have some people that probably not very much hard line on into practicing.
Correct.
They practice. So
Which is good to encourage other people.
it's encouraged, yes.
Good.
So it is essential to khidmat al-Quran, to read the Quran, and it's not one time. It's for a lot of people. It's more than one time that they will read the whole Quran throughout the month of Ramadan.
Very good.
You have also the prayer. This is essential. The Taraweeh prayer. This is a must. So around after the iftar is after they finish their iftar meal, you will see the mosques become crowded in Amman. And Amman, we do have a lot of mosques all around the city. Those who know Amman know that very well. And you see there is also some easiness in the way you park the car, so you do not miss the prayer. And the good part of it, of course, I know this should be all through the year, but also Ramadan empowers in you the sense of philanthropy, the sense of charity, the sense of doing well.
Exactly.
So you will see a lot of ads on the TV, and this is the same in other countries, where for zakat, how to mobilize your zakat. You will see a lot of what we call it Mawa'id al-Rahman, free breakfasts for those who are less advantaged and the vulnerable families. So it is the religious part that grows very hard in the Jordanian, but also the sense of philanthropy that you see it all through the country, actually.
Which is good.
Not necessarily from the rich people,
From
all
all
segments of the society.
cool.
If you're able to give, people give, and that you see it a lot in Ramadan.
And people also can give their zakat also, right?
Yes, the zakat, of course, it's
Yes.
a
part of
it's
it.
a part
It's a
of
part
it.
of helping
And
others.
there is a lot of so we have a lot of charity organizations. Also, what we do have in Jordan, whenever I visit in Ramadan, you do have what they call the food banks. So you do not waste your food.
Very good.
So it's well packaged, it's well around, and it's distributed to the less advantaged
So
families.
who do that? People do that usually?
It's an initiative that is self by people, and you have some. Once I do remember a documentary about this person who initiated like a little, we call it NGO or a charity organization. That would you take also, if you have clothes, you need to donate the food, and also in Ramadan too. That would go also for the less advantaged.
Very interesting.
So
That's very good.
Yeah.
so the sense of philanthropy also is multiplied. The sense of
Exactly.
religious is also multiplied there.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is very interesting, and this is why we would like to encourage our dear viewers to do actually other helping each other, and really this is a good
Yes.
opportunity. Hopefully not only during the holy month of Ramadan.
All through the year.
Throughout the year, yeah.
Exactly. So what about this is, because you have a specific and unique job that you have to travel a lot. So I'm pretty sure that you spend a lot of holy months of Ramadan in abroad in different countries. Could
Yes.
you tell me, because I'm so excited to know more.
Yes, I lived in several countries, and almost each country I lived in, I experienced Ramadan because
Exactly.
it's a minimum of 2 years. So I do remember, for example, in Sierra Leone, I lived in Sierra Leone in West of Africa. people are so colorful, like so that when it's a iftar time, people really, they dress up so well in respect of the iftar time, and it's often a colorful outfits, and they normally do it because Sierra Leone is a Muslim country. So normally every Friday for the Friday prayer, they really have the best, and it's the same in Ramadan. And mainly their iftar is mainly composed of like rice and meat. So this is the essential parts of the iftar. Egypt, of course, everybody knows Egypt and Ramadan. I spent almost 5 Ramadans in Egypt.
MashaAllah.
It's amazing. And what I like in Egypt, speaking of the sense of philanthropy, you see it all through the streets of Cairo. Mawa'id al-Rahman, like you see a table that can take up to 200 persons. Just random, you walk by. It's a walk by. You just walk in and you sit and
have
eat
your meal.
it's amazing in Egypt. The
They're very
atmosphere,
hospitable.
and they're very hospitable, and they do. I remember in Egypt, I used to be invited a lot to sahurs. So their main invitation is for the sahur.
Interesting.
They eat for their sahur. Later at night, just before they need to fast again, the sunrise, they have to eat like the full, the bean sandwich, which really, it keeps you full. Yeah. And Egypt is so famous with various kinds of the full sandwiches.
Correct.
Yes.
UAE, Pakistan is also interesting. Pakistan, it's a very, for them, the Ramadan is for praying and worship. So I do remember you have your iftar, then it's everybody kind of family style, and it's all they go for. Taraweeh worships, everything stood still in Pakistan. I do remember Tunisia is amazing also. I loved Ramadan in Tunisia and in
Have you
Libya.
been to Morocco?
Morocco not in Ramadan though.
Yeah.
But Tunisia, they have also, it's very, they have, I mean, the food culture in Tunisia is different. So I do remember
How so?
in Ramadan, they eat a lot of seafood. Seafood is essential in Tunisia. So the iftar is normally seafood salad or
This is
fish.
interesting.
And they have a lot of the spiritual rituals, like the, I don't know how to say it, Mawlawis, these, and the Andalusia chanting.
Alright.
It's beautiful in Tunisia. So every country has its own beauty.
It just has a unique
And yes,
aspect.
indeed, in general, Ramadan is similar, but it's not really similar. It is different
It is
in
different.
every
It is
single country. I do remember Libya. The food is amazing in Libya.
Like
By the sea, they have the most beautiful sea I've ever seen in Libya.
What do they have as food?
Oh my God! For Libya, they do have the traditional dish of the couscous with the meat and the chicken, and they have another very nice dish, but I forgot it actually. I wish I remember the name, but it's made of also meat and like noodles style. But I'm sorry, I forgot the name.
It's okay.
But it is delicious. This is the
Yes.
most important
Yeah.
thing.
Very delicious. And what I like in North Africa, Tunisia and Libya, also the outfits in Ramadan, the way they show up wearing the traditional Libyan costume or Tunisian costume.
I will go back to Jordan.
Yes.
So I hear that there is a Saharati or
Saharati.
The person who wakes you up.
could you elaborate?
I remember when I was a kid, I would always hear them Saharati.
Still now,
It is now, but not like before.
not as
unfortunately.
popular.
It's a voluntary thing. So someone in the area where you live, normally an elderly person, would go around and would wake you up. I do remember when I was a kid, I used to hear it a lot. I know that it's still there, but to my understanding, it's not as big as before, because it's a volunteer thing.
But is it a really?
But I really hope from my heart that it doesn't go away.
Yeah,
And it
hopefully.
becomes, because it's a beautiful thing. And if you look at the ads of Ramadan, it's normally go around them Saharati, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because in Egypt,
It's a big in Egypt.
yeah, they said that you can pay him and then he can wake you up. that
Yes,
he can-
actually,
he can
it's
mention
a
your name?
voluntarily by someone, and then the people in the neighborhood put together some little symbolic contribution as a sign of appreciation.
Yeah.
And this was also in Amman, yani, it's the same.
The same thing.
Yes.
So, Mrs. Nasreen, we're gonna see how is Eman doing, and we'll be back. So, Eman,
Well, I almost finished. Now everything is done.
Okay.
All what is needed is mixing.
Okay.
And then I'm adding the ice cream, the vanilla ice cream.
okay, don't push too much ice cream.
That's after the breakfast.
So it
starting.
depends on what kind of scoop you want. It's melted now, so I'm just gonna add half of it.
All right, good.
Not as much as like
Okay.
you can control the amount what you want.
Okay.
So dear viewers, I will mix this and we will come back. Don't go away. And we're back, dear viewers. The plate is already done, the sweet, and it is now ready for serving. So I will serve it.
Please go
Before I serve, I have a question for you, Mrs. Nasreen. What about the preparation for the Eid in Jordan?
Yes, I mean, Eid is a big thing in Jordan. The way we, at the end of the day, again, you become the last 2 days in Ramadan in the dilemma, is tomorrow Eid or after tomorrow Eid?
Exactly.
Is tomorrow, and you wait for that announcement, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And it's the same, actually, the way I saw, like in Ramadan, you immediately hear Marhab, Marhab ya Ramadan, and then for the Eid, they immediately start with the songs to welcome the Eid.
It goes by so
And
quickly.
again, the streets of Amman is
Again,
Crowded.
again because for the Eid, first day, the lunch is
This is essential.
of course, there is Salat al-Eid in the morning, and you hear it from wherever you are, and it's amazing. And the last night in Ramadan, nothing closes in Amman. All the shops remain open
Interesting.
up till morning,
Okay.
because everybody just in the streets getting ready for the Eid. Eid is for the children, so I think they're the happiest in the Eid, because they all just go around, they wear their beautiful clothes, and then day one in Eid is a family also. So.
Yeah.
And there is no timing. People finish the prayer and then they start going around. So you hear your door rings at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you have to be ready all day long.
You have to be ready
Yes.
in Eid since very early in the
Correct.
morning
Yeah.
with your coffee, Arabic coffee, with your kak, with your date, the ma'moul, we call it,
Yeah.
with nuts or with dates. I prefer it with dates normally. And then the Arabic coffee. And then you just go to the elderly person, the oldest person in the family. Of course, you have a lot of people in Amman who are originally from the outside Amman,
Correct.
like from the north of Jordan, like Irbid, Jarash, Ajdoun, all from the south of Jordan or from the east. So they normally go to their own places and to gather with the family in day one. So day one is family.
Day one is family. What about do you have 3 days? What about
It's,
second?
3 days
Okay.
mainly. Because
I think
then
both of them are for the families, because the first day you visit like your father's family or your mother's family, and the
you
other
have
day
to
is
decide.
Yeah.
And then of course you have the friends gathering and come. And the best thing about Eid that people come. I mean, it's the good habit in Eid that it's unannounced. So.
Right.
Suddenly, people either knock your door or you will receive a call. We're on the way to come and see you. Are you home?
Yeah.
So it is not really something weird that
Exactly.
suddenly people show up. This is what makes Eid beautiful in Jordan.
also for the kids when they get their ideas.
Of course, this idea is a must. So you have to be ready with your small changes.
Exactly.
And then they go and get the idea, and then they just go to the, you have the playgrounds, you have the outdoors. A lot of Jordanians, some of them, they travel during Eid, so they use that occasion to go and spend the Eid. But it's again family travel.
Yes.
So you will
So it's going to
see
be
like,
overseas, Jordan, or
yeah,
locally?
normally they go either to some of the destinations is Egypt, for
Okay,
example, because
okay.
if the weather is nice, or
okay.
in Turkey,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
in. So, but they gather as a family.
Okay.
So
Which
you
is a
will
good
see, like,
idea.
I'm going with my wife, with my kids, with my brother, wife. So you will see like a family get together, and they say, okay, we would like to spend Eid.
At the end, it's an
Somewhere.
enjoyable time.
It's an enjoyable family time where they enjoy it together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Nasreen, you just mentioned that you've been traveling, or you experienced the holy month of Ramadan in a lot of countries. I would like to know your experience in Kuwait.
Oh, Kuwait Ramadan is different. I mean, this is my third Ramadan in Kuwait, and I must say something. There hasn't been one single iftar that I had alone at home.
Interesting.
I have been invited every single day to a friend's house.
That's nice.
For
To
iftar.
have friends.
And I've got the opportunity to be in the house of Kuwaitis, actually, and I see how they all gather at the family house, and you have your traditional dishes,
Correct.
Kuwaiti dishes, in a buffet style, and
Yeah.
you have to eat once and twice, and then you have the culture of. I mean, I know Diwaniyas is mostly for men culture, but as a diplomat, I've been welcomed to go to a lot of Diwaniyas in Kuwait.
No, there are for Diwanis also for girls.
For women, there has the gabgaz also.
Yes, the Ramsey.
So every day is a run, go around, and I love this culture in Kuwait. I haven't seen it anywhere else, the Diwaniya culture. I think this is unique in Kuwait.
It is a unique thing.
And,
We get closer together as a
You get
community.
closer, and you just again go unannounced, and you walk in, and
Right.
just people smile and welcome you.
Yeah.
And then you have the beautiful gabgas that I've been lucky also to attend a lot of.
Good.
So Kuwait, Ramadan in Kuwait is really busy, I must say.
But a good busy though.
It's a very nice busy way, and I've been lucky enough to have 3 Ramadans in Kuwait.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
What
hopefully
about
that-
the dishes?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy the most in Kuwait?
I really like the machboos.
Mhm.
You have the machboos. It's a heavy dish, but it's really nice. I love it.
Delicious,
I love
yeah.
it in Kuwait. You have khubz aroug
Okay.
also,
Ooh,
which I
yeah.
also like. The dolma, the way it's done in the Kuwaiti traditional. It's beautiful. So I enjoy it all, actually.
What about the haris? Do you enjoy it?
I tried the haris. Yes,
Yeah.
I like it.
Haris,
I like,
banali,
I like,
haris.
I like the haris. I like the machboos more. But I mean, I
Who
like the
doesn't
haris.
actually?
Yeah. So it's,
And regarding
it's nice.
the sweets,
The sweets, I've been a bit, I mean, I like all kinds of sweets here afterwards. Normally, what I remember when I go to iftar, you have a lot of sweets.
Correct.
So everybody from the family member brings something.
Exactly.
And you eat it, right?
Yes.
So
As
I-
appreciation, you
as
have to.
appreciation. So I've been trying different, but everything. I must say I really like the Kuwaiti dates, actually,
Oh, that's
all
good.
its kinds of dates.
That's
So I
good.
truly enjoy that, and I consider this is my sweet, actually.
That's
right
good.
now.
It's a good sweet.
Good sweet,
That's
yes.
good.
yes.
We're gonna continue our conversation, Mrs. Treen, but we have a break.
Thank
so,
you.
So, dear viewers, please don't go away.
Ramadan Kareem, everyone. During Ramadan, food is in the heart and taste buds of everyone in Kuwait. And not only Kuwait, but everyone around the world. It is a main dish and it is where we excel. The one thing that you'll find on every iftar table is delicious savory appetizers as well as sweet desserts. This is one of my favorite dishes to eat during Ramadan. We call it khubz argag, and it's a thin flatbread that can be folded. It's made out of flour, water, and salt. It's made on a skillet, on a hot skillet, and it's so thin and it's highly versatile. You could use it in savory dishes such as stews such as tashriba, or as a dip for your labna and mtabbal throughout your iftar meal. It can also be filled with delicious fillings, for example, labna, za'atar, or it can be made into a dessert using honey, jams, and chocolate spreads. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Thank you for joining us during this amazing food tour, where we showed you some of the favorite foods people eat during Ramadan. I hope you enjoyed it and get to try them. Happy Ramadan!
And we're back, dear viewers, talking about the holy month of Ramadan in Jordan. And before we go deep into that, I would like to say that I tasted the sweet or the fruits
The fruit
Yes.
salad.
in the breaks. And because I could not resist it, it's really good.
Oh, thank you.
So this is time for Mrs. Nasri to try it.
Yes, for sure, with pleasure.
So, Eman, could you tell our dear viewers about the ingredient briefly for your salad?
Okay, we had the bananas, red apples, green apples, tangerine, strawberry, whatever you have in the fridge you can add. And then we had this frozen mango puree. We added a little bit of vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
If you don't like, you could add rose water to it.
Perfect.
It will taste really delicious.
So what do you think, Mrs. Nasri?
It's amazing.
Oh, thank
that's
you.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bon appetit.
Thank you so much. It's really, it's very delicious.
Thank you,
Very
dear.
delicious.
It's very fresh.
Yeah.
It is.
So, Mrs. Nisreen, back to Jordan now, because we finished Kuwait. Now we want to go back. In other areas, like where do you go in the holy month of Ramadan? Like, do you have specific areas that you go to, you visit?
Yes, you know, Amman, it's a city that starts. You have what they call it the old city of Amman, the ones that we remember since we were childhood, and then it goes to the research. So in Ramadan, you will see what we call it the rainbow street, Duwar al-Awwal, the first circle. the second circle and these areas, there is it's very nice to walk around it. So you will see it really full of people. You will see shops all over the place with a lot of colors and beautiful decorations. You will see like falafel shops on this side. You will see little cafes on this side, and so also Al-Webde. You have because Amman is small hills. It's 7 hills basically. So you have the mountain of Al-Webde, Jabal Al-Webde and Jabal Amman. They become really busy in Ramadan with little corners. And then you have the downtown of Jordan, what we call it Wust al-Balad, the downtown of Amman. It's also streets with shops next to each other, and it's always full of people. They go, they sit, they go back like to this very authentic. So the authentic places of Amman is where people like to go after you know, if they want to spend time during Ramadan.
Yeah.
I have not heard the kanafa this episode. So does it?
No, knafa is big part of the Jordanian cuisine.
I know.
And of course, it is served in Ramadan, but qatayif for some reason in Ramadan is what I see in
It's rank number
almost
1.
every. Plus, when people go afterwards, you will have little what they call it blila, chickpeas, full like snacks, you know, with the tea and the nice Ramadan hot drinks. Also, that's after
The friends gathering.
with the friends
That's
gathering
nice.
together,
I can
and
feel
this
it
will
now.
be this will be the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So we are almost reaching the end of this episode. Unfortunately, we have a really lovely conversation
Thank
with you.
you.
But before we end this conversation, we would like to know the nature of your job, Mrs. Nasreen, as well as I hear that you have a specific campaign during the holy month of Ramadan. So please.
Well, I've been 2.5 years in Kuwait, working as a representative for, they call it United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, or the abbreviation is UNHCR. We've been here as an office for almost 32 years, working together with Kuwaiti partners, government and private sector, with all the segments of the private sector. Kuwait, you have to be very proud of your country. It's one of the most generous donors to the humanitarian cause and to support refugees. So in the past 10 years, Kuwait has been ranked as a top donor in the Middle East and North Africa, and it is labeled as the humanitarian hub.
Correct.
And which is only Kuwait is labeled as a humanitarian hub, has been marked. So our work here is to strengthen this partnership, to support refugees worldwide. And I am here for that purpose. What is interesting about Kuwait, the sense of philanthropy, I said it before, is in the DNA of every Kuwaiti. And the sense of philanthropy of Kuwait to support refugees in all over the world. I'm not only talking about the region, like Syria, like Yemen, like Iraq, but also Kuwait is a big supporter to the Rohingya refugees, is a big supporter to Afghanistan, to Pakistan. We have 114 million displaced people all over the world. Kuwait has been also one of the top supporters for the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. So we are here because Kuwait is an essential strategic partner to us. So as I said, philanthropy is in the DNA of every Kuwaiti. We have traditional partners who support our cause. Charities like Tanmiya Foundation, like Nouri Charity, like the Cat House. So for the Ramadan, we have a campaign, an annual campaign to support the Rohingya refugees. And this Ramadan, there is 1 million Rohingya refugees living in Bangladesh, living in a very dire humanitarian situation. And every year we have an annual campaign to support their cause. So this year we're having it with Tanmiya Foundation. And of course, we count on and I'm confident actually, this campaign will also be a good campaign like every year because of the Kuwaitis.
Inshallah.
Yes, I would like to add to this. I've been to the Rohingya with the Kuwaiti Red Crescent and helping the people over there. Truly, people over there really are living
Yes.
under the poor line, and
Yes.
really they
It aches
would
the
like,
heart.
exactly. So they would like to have a support from us.
Yes.
We would like to thank you for being with us. Such a lovely conversation, and hopefully that you enjoyed Eman dish.
Oh, it's amazing, Iman. Thank
you
you
so
so much for that.
Oh,
thank you.
and
Next
thank you for
time I'm
being
gonna
here.
bring qatay to you from Jordan. But from Jordan directly.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Inshallah. Thank you so much.
So thank
Pleasure.
you.
We're
Thank
very
you so
honored. Like, we're very happy also to have you with us. And thank you.
Pleasure.
So, dear viewers, we're going to see you in a different episode with different country as well as a different guest. Until then, be safe.
Bye bye.